Yeah, I just recorded like half a video with no audio. All right, let's do this one more time. My name is Miles Morales. No, my name is Tacooty. And for the past 5 years, I've been YouTube's one and only Tacooty. And I'm talking about Switch 2 accessory. What the heck is this intro? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, we got weird Wii style accessories. You got a sword. You know, you can poke your little brother in the eye with that. Or you got a golf club if you want to beat him over the head with it. Or a tennis racket if you want to beat him over the head with that. Or if you want to choke him out with a... I should not be being this violent at the very beginning of this video. Oh my gosh. You got these... Okay, look at this thing. It's literally a wrist strap. It doesn't attach to the controllers. It's just a wrist strap that you just wear. And you put your Joy-Con nowhere. It doesn't attach to the Joy-Con. This does. And why are they holding it like that? I thought you would hold that like, if anyone's seen those Switch 1 controller grips, you'd hold them like horizontally, like when you're playing Mario Party or something. But why would you hold that like that? Alright, next up we got the Mamba. Look at this beast of a Switch case. We got some hinges. Oh, and there's like thrusters coming out. See that blue? Well, there's a thruster. The thing is launching off of there. And it doesn't look very well ventilated. I really would not want to put your Switch in this or it's gonna cook. And not in a good way. You're gonna have a PS4 Pro on your hands with your Switch 2. But if you want a big case, and this one will fit in the dock. That's the thing. I wouldn't want to get one. Because there's one, I think it's from D-Brand maybe? There's one that's been really popular that I've seen around that you put your Switch in, and I'll put up a picture on the screen if I can find it. But you put your dock, you put it in your dock, and it gives an adapter that then puts your Switch in front of the dock. I wouldn't want that because the Switch 2 dock has a fan in it for better cooling, so I don't think that putting a dock adapter and putting it away from that fan would be very smart. But this one does fit in the dock, but it still looks very unventilated and thick and toasty and warm. It actually looks really big and grippy though and comfortable. Like see, comfortable, right there, comfortable. Then, oh yeah, no, this is the other Mamba. This one's the big one with the game cards in the back. This one's also got hinges. They love their hinges. This one apparently will also fit in a dock, and they're about the same price. This one's like $2 more, but it's got a big old kickstand. This one they don't show any kickstand with this. I don't know if this one has a kickstand, but this one does. So get this one. If you're getting a Mamba, get this Mamba, the Titan, the Mamba Titan, as opposed to the Mamba Blade. You know, Mamba Titan all the way. All right, I was also on Etsy trying to look for things. I found a little mouse thing, 3D printed little thing you put your Joy-Con in. That doesn't look very big though. I like a big grippable mouse. It's got a lot of room for my hands. That looks still kind of tiny. Don't really see like how that would help very much. But I guess it's a little bit. And you got, oh yeah, I found this. It's just a little Switch 2. It's not really an accessory. It's just a Switch 2. And no, this is an amiibo. Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna sell you the amiibo with it. I think he's just showing you it for scale with Ridley. Oh yeah, there's this one. This is like a little clear case that you can get your name engraved on. So Tacooty, be back there. Look at that. If you like have siblings that live with you, you can all have the names on them. You can all have your individual names for your individual Switch, so you don't get them lost or mixed up. Then you got this piece of junk looking controller right here. This is the definition of the Player 2 controller. You know, the Mad Catz controller, the cheap third-party controller, the one that usually would break, the one that got all the stuff spilled on it, the one that nobody wanted to use. That's this. But that's also kind of this, except this is even more expensive. I wouldn't get either of these. I would rather just use the Joy-Con. But if you need a Player 2, I guess go for this. It's cheap. I don't think you need the chat button for Player 2. Because this one doesn't have a chat button. This one does. Then that same company that made this controller also has this little starter pack here. And this is like kind of what came with a lot of the Switch 1 like bundles back in the day in 2017. When like GameStop was bundling it with all this crap. You got the screen protectors that are cheap kind of garbage. Then you got this case, and you got the thumb caps, and you've got this one also comes with a car charger though, which is kind of nice. Like that's actually seems somewhat useful. I'm not sure if I would trust it, but it's there. And then you got like a game card holder, so you can put your games in that little zipper pouch. But it's also got game card holding here, so that's a lot of storage. It's around the same price as the official Nintendo Switch 2 carrying case. Then you got this. This is a charging grip with these weird little tusks on it. Okay, it looks kind of like a woolly mammoth, but it actually looks more comfortable than the official charging grip, because I think, yeah, I've got it right here. This thing has this little gap. Look, that's the grip, and then that's the Joy-Con. There's like that lip right there. This doesn't have that. It's smooth. See, it wraps over like the original Switch Joy-Con grip, so you can actually like fold your fingers over and hold it in it. This one might actually be more comfortable, but it does look a little smaller. That's the thing. Like those grips don't look as big as these, but it doesn't look like a big difference. Oh, Mamba! Mamba's back. Back again. Mamba's back. This time with a charging dock. Ah, okay. So you can actually charge your Joy-Con too without having to put them on the Switch. So if you get an extra pair, this might be useful. If you got the $95 to get an extra pair, that is. But yeah, I mean, I guess for those ultra rich elites who can afford the second pair of Joy-Con, this'll help you charge them. Oh, another charger. This time it's in the toaster configuration. The Joy-Con 2 toaster charger. Why is it recommending this is for the Switch 2, this is for the Switch 1, this is for the Switch 1? These straps won't work with these controllers. Don't listen to Amazon. What? What on earth is going on here? Is this supposed to be for the Switch 2? Because it looks like the magnetic thing. It says Switch OLED. Switch controller. Yeah, these look... What even? Gosh, this is the definition of just knockoff, weird, don't trust it electronics right here. Why? These aren't the colors that the Switch 2 Joy-Con are. That doesn't look like a Switch 2 Joy-Con, but it's definitely not a Switch 1 Joy-Con. But it says for the Switch OLED. And the Switch 2 doesn't even have an OLED screen. Switch OLED doesn't use these controllers. Nothing uses these controllers. This is not... I'm not going to recommend this, okay? If you want a charger, go for Mamba. Go for Mamba. Ooh, big, heavy duty case we got here. You know, this is the type of thing that... This is like a Nokia, you know, you'll drop this out in the Grand Canyon and your Switch will survive. Just look at that. Multi-accessory matching. Okay, so it comes with a stand, a case, screen protectors, thumb grips. They always come with all this just junk. Why? Especially, why always the thumb grips? You know, these thumb grips, they come with everything. And the stand, I don't get the need for that because the Switch 2 has a kickstand, which is a good kickstand this time. And then you got your net up there with your obviously your AirPods, you know, all your whatever that white, I guess, power bank they're using, and then a power cable, all white, you know, because Switch 2 is all white, yeah. Oh, scratch that. This is the one you'll throw off the cliff. This is the longest durable, you know, longest durable, right? When someone asks how long is your durable, I tell them the longest durable. What? That's just a PNG of a... That doesn't even look like a Switch charging brick, and it's just like slapped in there. That's not sitting in there. That is just photoshopped poorly. Portable travel, as opposed to non-portable travel, where you have to stay home when you travel. Okay, this is more of on the speed of like actual useful controller grip to go with your Joy-Con 2s, because if we're looking at this, look, these controllers, they're so tiny and like baby size, but right here, this will get your fingers around it a little bit. I mean, it's still kind of small, but it's a lot nicer. Then you've got this weird wheel with this opening at the top. Okay, so you can play your Mario Kart World with this, but Nintendo also sells an official one, I think. Or you can get those. Those are probably better than these. I don't. These are just weird. Yeah, look down here. You got a bunch of wheels to choose from. Bunch of wheels. So just go with whatever's cheapest. This one's got glitters. Look at that. You're gonna have your Switch 2 looking like a freaking bowling alley floor. Or like an arcade floor. Or like a skating rink floor. Any of those, except it doesn't have the bright colors, but it's got all like the weird star patterns on it. Suck case. Yeah, that's got lighting in it, and it holds all your game cards, and you got chargers there, and you just put the dock there. That seems kind of neat. Okay, that actually looks kind of cool. That's a charger, but it looks, I've never seen a charger like that. It's like a triangle with like RGB in there. I mean, if I was, oh, never mind, that's really expensive. I was about to say, if I was going to get a Joy-Con charger, I'd get that. Hey, if I was going to get a Joy-Con charger, though, I'd have money, so I would get this probably. That looks cool. Yeah, that's neat. It's like it's a super, ultra slim, ultra compact little carrying case there. So like if you really are struggling for space in like your bag or something, you bring this. It gives you some games, and then it literally has to have cutouts for the analog sticks because it's like super slim. Play while charging. Yo, the four-handed Switch 2 controller is out. We need it. Look at that. You can hold it one way. You can put your hands right here and here, and your buddy can put there and there, and you could be playing 4 hands on one controller. That's how you know you get close to someone. You know, you got a girl coming over. You say, "Girl, we can play 2-player, but we got to use the same controller." Get her nice and close. Then you go in for the kiss, and then she slaps you in the face and says, "I was just trying to play Mario Kart." And she leaves you for a better Mario Kart player. Alright, well that's where I'm going to end this video here because I've got to edit this and I don't have a lot of time. I'll see y'all later. It's been Tacooty, signing out. Peace-a-roni. Pizza poopy. Bye-bye.